FC Barcelona, rather than celebrating their imminent La Liga victory, is tangled up in a scandal. A €7 million payment and allegations of influencing match results have triggered a court investigation. UEFA has even initiated its own probe, with President Alexander Serafin terming it a severe football situation. Could Barcelona face a ban from the next Champions League season? What's really at stake here, and how did Jose Negreira get involved in all of this? Let's find out. Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira, once a respected referee, later the vice president of Spain's refereeing committee, and now at the age of 77, he's found himself in the eye of a storm surrounding one of the world's biggest football clubs, Barcelona. Negreira was no stranger to the pitch. He oversaw La Liga games from 1977 until 1992, but his story took an intriguing twist during his time as a vice president of the refereeing committee. His companies, primarily Dasnil 95SL, a Spanish enterprise specializing in marketing-related services such as advertising, printing, and sports videos, started receiving substantial payments from Barcelona. By the time he left his committee position in 2018, he had received over €7 million. The red flag came on February 15, 2023. A Spanish tax office investigation revealed that almost €1.4 million had flowed from Barca to Negreira's companies between 2016 and 2018. This bombshell set the stage for an even bigger reveal about the full extent of Barcelona's payments. Negreira, who reportedly suffers from early-onset Alzheimer's, had previously justified the payments as a fee for neutral services to Barcelona. However, he's stayed silent since the controversy broke. The stakes escalated in March when Spanish prosecutors slapped a series of severe charges against Barcelona, including sporting corruption, corruption in business, and the falsification of commercial documents. According to the official report, Barcelona, along with its former presidents Josep Maria Bartomeu and Sandro Rosell, were accused of paying Negreira to skew refereeing decisions in their favor. Barcelona acknowledges that they paid over €7 million to companies owned by Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira during the tenure of 4 different presidents: Joan Gaspart, Joan Laporta, Sandro Rosell, and Josep Maria Bartomeu. But the heart of the matter, according to the club, lies not in the fact of payment, but in its purpose. Barcelona fiercely denies that these funds were used to gain any sporting advantage. In a strong display of transparency, current president Joan Laporta, during a press conference, presented a trove of over 600 reports and 43 CDs. All these, he claimed, were compiled by Negreira's son, Javier Enriquez Romero, providing information on referees and players from 2014 to 2018. The club's policy of destroying documents older than 5 years was cited as the reason for the absence of older reports. Laporta emphasized were not just regular paperwork, they were comprehensive, critical for the club's operations, and prepared by highly regarded professionals. He also drew attention to the fact that they even have pictures. Laporta used this platform to convey a message of defiance, insisting that Barcelona was a victim of an unprecedentedly fierce attack. He expressed significant criticism of Tebas and Real Madrid while mentioning the club's aggressive legal stance, with 20 defamation lawsuits already filed against journalists. The roots of the discord between Barcelona's president, Joan Laporta, and Javier Tebas, the chief of La Liga, trace back to Barcelona's refusal to sign La Liga's €2 billion investment deal with CVC Capital Partners, disagreements over Gavi's contract registration, and the European Super League controversy. But the unfolding Negreira case has pushed their rivalry into a whole new dimension. Tebas doesn't mince his words when he called this the biggest reputational crisis ever in Spanish football. He has openly demanded either a satisfactory explanation from Laporta or his resignation. However, Barcelona isn't pulling any punches either. The club responded by suggesting it is Tebas who should resign, based on an April newspaper report in La Vanguardia. The report alleged that Tebas provided false evidence against the club during the investigation into payments to Negreira. It suggested that the documents presented were decades old and not linked to the ex-Barca presidents Rosell or Bartomeu. Tebas countered these allegations on Twitter, accusing the journalist of slander and labeling the article's title as false. Laporta hit back, expressing his frustrations and accusing Tebas of being unprofessional. "We are witnessing a public trial in which certain people are trying to harm those of us who have not bowed to their demands and wills. It is intolerable," he said. He singled out Tebas for his verbal incontinence and asked him to show restraint, as his comments were damaging the institution he represents. Madrid, alongside Barcelona, is a partner in the controversial European Super League project. They often stood shoulder to shoulder in disputes with La Liga and its president, Javier Tebas. When the other 18 La Liga clubs openly condemned Barcelona upon the revelation of the payments to Negreira, Madrid remained conspicuously silent. However, they later decided to join the prosecutor's complaint against Barcelona as a claimant. This move stoked the fire of Joan Laporta's anger. Laporta didn't hold back in expressing his disdain. They claimed to feel aggravated in sporting terms, he remarked. He pointed out the irony of this, considering that Madrid was a club historically favored by referees, even nicknamed the Club of the Franco regime. He labeled Madrid's move to join the complaint and their self-declared disadvantage as an unprecedented show of cynicism. ESPN explored the validity of Barcelona's claims about hiring Negreira for technical reports on refereeing. A poll of multiple La Liga clubs showed that while many were aware of such services, only a few had actually used them. These reports provide insights into referee behavior and reactions during games, like handling player protests or dealing with high-stakes moments. Former Barca coach Ernesto Valverde, however, claimed that these reports were never shared with him during his tenure, starting in 2017. On the other hand, the current manager, Javi Hernandez, acknowledged their existence from his playing days. The key point of contention here is the extravagant cost. Several Spanish clubs agreed that the amount Barcelona paid seemed excessive for such services. Barcelona's president, Joan Laporta, justified this by stating that the €7 million sum was distributed over 18 years, averaging around €400,000 annually, but increasing over time. He explained that the cost went up in 2010 as the club required data and video analysis on a broader range of competitions, services that Negreira's company supposedly provided. Laporta defended the escalating prices as the market standard. However, Barca currently performs these operations in-house at a considerably lower cost, the exact figures of which were not disclosed. Most of the evidence presented by Laporta included reports created by Negreira's son between 2013 and 2018. It's revealed that the Contreras-linked business was paid over €450,000 by Barca, which suggests that he pocketed a hefty commission of more than €150,000. In light of the ongoing court investigation, Barcelona might be staring down the barrel of a hefty fine. Exempts events older than 3 years from being penalized, rendering their hands tied. UEFA, however, is not bound by such limitations. Given their authority to exclude Barcelona from the upcoming Champions League season under the 2007 regulations, Laporta expressed gratitude towards UEFA for showing restraint in this situation and not playing into Tebas' hands. He also expressed appreciation for the prudence exhibited by FIFA and the RFEF. The next steps for UEFA and other football institutions hinge on the court's clarity. However, UEFA isn't bound by the court's verdict. The regulations empower them to exclude clubs from European matches if they find any activity influencing match outcomes. Laporta maintained, "We didn't see any ethical conflicts." He underscored the primary association was with Negreira's son, an experienced professional who had worked with several clubs, the Spanish Federation and ex-Spain coach Luis Aragonés. The unfolding scandal, however, has left undeniable stains on Barca's reputation. Ronald Koeman, the former coach, recently revealed the damaged image of the club in the Netherlands, where they hold strong ties. The fear is such sentiments echo globally, fueling Laporta's determination for legal recourse. This crisis has already impacted Barca's financial partnerships and sponsorships. A credible source revealed to ESPN that during negotiations for €1.5 billion Camp Nou redevelopment funding, lenders voiced worries over the scandal's influence on Barca's repayment capacity. The concern is any punitive measures would severely impact the club's revenue, either through sponsorship reductions or loss of prize money if barred from European football. And that's all we have for now on this intriguing situation developing around Barcelona. If you found this video informative and want to stay in the loop, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth coverage of the world of football and beyond. Until next time, stay safe and keep loving the beautiful game.